A 25-year-old woman at 10 weeks gestation comes in and is concerned about taking valproic acid for seizures for longer than intended, since she did not realize she was pregnant until after a few weeks of pregnancy. Amniotic fluid shows increased alpha-fetoprotein and acetylcholinesterase. Which of the following below would have decreased the risk in this patient's unintended pregnancy? Tyrosine derivative, thymidine biosynthesis cofactor, gamma glutamyl carboxylase cofactor, D. Pyruvate dehydrogenase. So I'll let you answer this question and then I'll explain in 5 seconds. So the answer is going to be B, thymidine biosynthesis cofactor. So for this question, we have folic acid supplements that can help neural tube defects. So essentially this patient was taking valproic acid, which the side effect is that it can deplete folic acid. And so the problem with this is folic acid is necessary for CNS development, because when the CNS is developing, so the central nervous system is developing, it needs a lot of cell division because it's developing. And so when you have multiple cells replicating, you need them to have the building blocks necessary for that. And so that's going to need thymidine. And so for thymidine to occur, you need folic acid, which is a cofactor. And so since you have valproic acid causing this deficiency of folic acid, now you're going to end up with a defect downstream, which is going to be the CNS defect, specifically a neural tube defect. And that's actually why you see the AFP, alpha-fetoprotein, which is the protein for fetuses, and acetylcholinesterase, which is typically a neurotransmitter, leaking into the amniotic fluid. And that's what they can pick up during an amniocentesis. And the analysis of the amniotic fluid would show that. For the other answer choices, we have tyrosine derivatives. So that's going to be thyroid hormones, T4 and T3. So for this, if a pregnant woman was iodine deficient, then that can cause hypothyroidism, and then that can cause cretinism in the child, which is also, cretinism is just congenital hypothyroidism. But the thing is, iodine deficiency is typically very rare in developed countries, since most salts have an iodized version. Now, it's going to be more prevalent in countries that don't, in third world countries that don't have iodized salt, or in specific communities that reject using iodine in their salt. And so for vitamin K, you have gamma glutamyl carboxylase cofactor. And so this can help develop the face, nose, bones, but it's not really associated with neural tube defects. And then the final one is going to be pyruvate dehydrogenase cofactor, and that's going to require vitamin B1. And the thing about vitamin B1, also known as thiamine, a deficiency of thiamine can cause beriberi. And so once again, this wouldn't be associated with neural tube defects, such as this question. So the typical advice for pregnant women is to take 0.4 milligrams of folic acid daily while they're pregnant, so that way they can help reduce these problems. So recognizing for this patient that was pregnant, taking valproic acid longer than she needed to because it was an unintended pregnancy would end up causing folate deficiency, and thus would cause this neural tube defect that would cause these to leak into the amniotic fluid. So I hope that helped, and thanks for watching.